Hi everyone, welcome to this tutorial. Today we'll be learning how to make this beautiful dress, which includes transfers of darts manipulation, dartless back bodies, and upper hip gathered skirts. So if this is what you are looking at to learn, please stick to the end of the tutorial. If you are joining us for the first time today, thank you for joining us, and don't forget to click the subscribe button to get notified anytime we have a new tutorial. For our returning subscribers, thank you guys for always coming back. If you want to join my WhatsApp group, the link will be in the description box. So please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, comment, and also share the video. So thank you for joining us, and let's get started. Alright, so for our drafting now, I've drawn out the line. So this is going to be for the front and this is going to be for the back. So I'll be drafting both front and back simultaneously. So please, I want you to pay attention to it, to every detail of the drafting. So let's proceed by imputing all our measurements. So this is the chest, this is the shoulder line, the chest line, the bust, under bust, the waist, and the hip line. Same thing for the back, the chest line, the bust line, the waist line, and also the hip line. So with this now, I'll go ahead to impute my measurements. The chest is the shoulder is 14 inches divided by 2. I'll mark it on the chest line, and I will do the same thing for the back measurements too. I'll go down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. Alright, so my nipple to nipple measurement is, the bust span is 3.25. Alright, so for the neck width of the front, I'm using 3 by 3, and the depth of the neck, I'm using 3 also. So for the front, the neck is 3 by 3 inches, so I'll connect it to get this curve. The back neck, I'll be using the depth of 1.5, so the back is 3 by 1.5. Alright, so we go ahead to impute our bust measurement. The bust is 8.5. The waist is 7.5. The waist is 7 inches. So I'll be adding 0.5 darts on both sides. That's 1 inch for darts. So I'll be using darts of 1 inch. So this is my normal waist line. So I'll connect it like this. For this down pass from the waist down to the hip line, you know, it has a gathered effect or a little bit above the hip. So from that part, we are not going to be using any darts. So from this, I will just use this measurement here, this waist measurement. This is what I need, the waist measurement and also the hip measurement. So the hip measurement is 9.5. So I'll connect it to the original waist since it's not going to be having any darts. So I'll connect it down like this. So that is that for the front part. So for the back also, we are going to be doing our sway back at the waistline. You connect it to the center back up here. So we also go ahead to impute our bust measurements of 8.5 and the waist measurement of 7 inches. So for the back, I'm not going to be using any dart, so we just connect it straight up like that. So the hip measurement of 9.5. So I have this here like this for the back. So for the armhole, divide it by 2, you step down by 1. For the back, you go in by ½ inch. For the front, you do the same thing. You go in by 1 inch, then you connect. Alright, so before we proceed with our outer neck effect, I'm going to be measuring the curve of the front neck and also the back neck. So let's start with the back. So you're going to place your tape like this to take the curve, because we need it for our collar, to know the length of the collar. So here I have 3.75. So for the front also, I'll go ahead to mark it. So this is what we have for both. So we are going to be keeping this one aside. Let's write it to one side so that when we are drafting the collar, we'll know the width of the collar. So now that we have this, now from this neckline, I'm going to proceed here for the front to draw out the halter neck effect. So for the front, I'm going to mark out 1.75. So from the shoulder line, I'll just mark out where my 1.75 is. So I have this here like this. So from this point, I'm going to be connecting to the armhole. That will be for my halter neck effect. So this will be for the halter neck for the front. So for the back here, I'm just going to be using 1.25 here. Then I'll connect it also to the armhole. I'll blend it in like this. That is why I said before we start our slashing, we know it's going to be having a gathered effect for the front. So before we do that, I want us to measure out the neck. So the back neck has like a keyhole, so you're going to come down depending on how open you want it to be. So I'll be using 7.5. So on this neckline here, you just go in by ½ inch, then you connect from this ½ inch, you connect it to this point. So that is what is going to be for the opening at the center back here. So we have it here like this. Don't forget, we have not imputed our dart of ½ inch on both sides, and the difference in the front and the back half length is 1.5. So for this one now, I'm going to be doing a tightening of 0.5 on this side also, 0.5 on both sides. So this tightening here is just to avoid gaping at the armhole area. So to be sure that the lengths are equal, I have to measure both sides. So this one here, I'm going to be drawing a new line from this point to the armhole. So I'll just blend it into the armhole like this. So now that we are done with this now, so it's left for us to draw out the slash and spread effects for the soft gathers we have on the neckline. So whatever we have from here to here, you just decide divide it into 3 or into 4. So we have it here like this. So we are going to be connecting it to the bust line. So this first one will go here. So this one also, you can just divide it. So you label it 1, 2, and 3. So once we are done with this now, we can go ahead to cut it on this place and transfer all of our darts to the neck. So all of these darts we have here, we'll be transferring it to this. So that is what we'll be using for the slash and spread effect. Okay, so for the down parts now that we are done with this, before we cut it out, for the down parts, we are going to be stepping down from this side here. We'll be stepping down by 4.5. That is where the gathers is going to be starting on the side. So we'll step down by 4.5, and also we'll do the same thing at this point. So we have this here. So from this point here, for the center front, you go up by 2 inches. You see that it has a curvy effect on this front that goes up a little bit more than this. So from this point here, we just connect it to the side like this. So connect it to the side like this. So this is how the shape of the gathers is going to be for the front. So for the back, we are just going to be stepping down by the 4.5. Since there's a straight, it's straight at the back, so we step down by 4.5. Then we'll just connect it like this. So from this point here down is what we are going to be having our gathers. So to determine the length of the gathers now, you are going to be removing whatever you have here. So from here now, for me, I have 19 inches here. So from the 19 inches now, I will remove my gown length. I'm working with a gown length of 60 inches. So I will just say that 60 minus 19. So whatever the answer I get is going to be the length of my gather. So I will do the same thing for the front, since it's starting here also from the front. So I have the same length also for the front. So now that we have established it, now we can go ahead and cut out from the waist up here like this. All right, so we are going to be starting by closing all of our darts. So we have this here. If it's necessary to blend in your side like this, you just blend it in. So we have this opening here, so we can go ahead and cut out this part also. Alright, now we have transferred the darts to the neckline, but we only have it at this point, and we also want to slash it to these other points here. So how do we do it now? We are going to be opening up this part also, so that we'll be able to divide whatever we have here evenly on the neck. So you are going to slash this one also. So you have it here like this. Then you are going to put them on the fresh pattern paper like this. You make sure that the center is aligning with the center front here. I'm just going to use this part to hold it down here. If you have a water glue, it will be very advisable to use that, but I don't have that now, so that you'll be able to hold the paper down. So you have this here like this. So what we are going to be doing is, now you see that these ones are not movable, so to allow them to be able to move, you cut it down more and cut it on this line here. Be careful while you are cutting it so that you not cut through. So this one now, we allow them to be able, we'll be able to move them like this. Okay, so to slash them now, we have to do it evenly. Yeah, it has to be very even way we do it. So we are going to mark from this point here. From this point here, you can go in by 1.5. So you move this one up to the 1.5 here. Then you tape it down. Okay, so we have taped this one down now. So also from this point, you go in by another 1.5 or 2 inches, depending on how much you have here. So you have it here also like this. Then you also go ahead to tape this one also down, or you gum it down. Alright, so once you're able to do this now, you can go ahead to cut it out on this neck part. So we have this now here. You just go ahead to cut this excess out first. Alright, so what we have here now, we want to draw out our neck back. So this one here, you carefully pleat it to the other one, not going to overlap. So you pleat it like this. You make sure that it do not overlap this one. So you pick the next one also, you pleat it to this point, make sure it is also not overlapping. You have it here like this. Then you go ahead also so this is what we have with our pattern. So you can just go ahead to redraw the neckline. So we have this here. So once you draw the neckline out like this, you just trim out the excess we have there. Okay, so this is what the neck is going to be looking like before you when you want to transfer it to your fabric. So by the time you are transfer it to your fabric now, all the excess, you just give it a little bit of gathers cut, and you'll be able to pleat the effect, slash and spread the effect we have, complete it on the neckline. So this is this for the upper part now. So for the down parts, we just cut it out like this, and we'll fix it to the upper parts. So this is just to make sure that there is no joining at the waistline. So we are done with the front bodice now, so we'll keep this one aside, then we'll proceed with the back. So since the back do not have any darts, we just go ahead to cut out the back bodice. Alright, so this is what the front and the back bodice is looking like. So with this now, you just place it on your fabric. For the front, you cut it on fold at this point here. You make sure that this part is on fold, and the back also. So this is the zipper area. You had your zipper allowance. This is where the opened back, this is where it stops. So from this bit down, you put your zipper allowance. So we are going to keep this aside now to cut out the collar. Okay, so to cut the collar now, don't forget when we measured the front and the back neck, the total of this was 8.5. so we'll multiply it by 2 to go around the neck. That's 17 inches. So this 17 inches now is going to be the circumference of the neck now. So to get the radius for us to cut it out now, so to get the radius, we are going to be dividing this one by 3.142. So it will give us approximately 5.5 inches. So this 5.5 inches now, we come to this point here and mark our radius of 5.5 inches. So we'll mark it at interval to have a straight curve. Okay, so now that we have the neck width now, so if you measure this one now, my pattern paper is on fold. So if you measure this now, you'll be able to get your 8.5 here like this. See, we have the 8.5 inches. So to know the height of the collar now, it ranges from 1.5 to like 2 inches. So I'm going to be using 1.5 inches. So from this radius, I'm marking it up. So now this is the part that is going to be on the neckline. So from this part here, to know the height, I'm marking 1.5 up. Okay, so we have this now, then we connect it together. So this is going to be the height of the collar. So this part is coming to the neckline, and this part will be up. So you just go ahead and mark your 0.5 allowance all round for this part. And also for this down part also, you had your 0.5 allowance. When you want to sew, you are going to be sewing on this line. So this is going to be the allowance. So now that we are done with this now, we'll go ahead to cut it out. Okay, so this is the collar that will go round the neck. So we have this now. So when you want to fix it now, you are going to pleat all of this to be able to get the width of this collar. See, the front is just going to come around here like this, and the back will be here. So this is the space that's going to be in between like this. So thank you for joining us in our class today. I hope you're able to learn something new in today's tutorial. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, comment, and also share the video.